By the conclusion of my speech, I would like my audience to have a better understanding of who I am. The purpose of the speech is to give you the better knowledge about my life, my career, my family, and some of my hobbies. Tell me something. If we go to war, would you want him to go with us? What if this was a question that was asked amongst your peers? What would you want them to say? You should want them to say, absolutely. My name is Ryan Razo. I'm 27 years old. I'm a staff sergeant in the United States Air Force, Illinois Air National Guard. I would like to share a quote from the President of the United States. The President said this in a speech September 11th, 2001. Freedom itself was attacked this morning by a faceless coward. Freedom will be defended. George W. Bush. This quote is on a wall in the building of my squadron, and it means a lot to me. I was bound for military service since I was a youngster. If there was ever any question whether I would join the armed forces or not, September 11, 2001 sealed my fate. I'm going to begin by giving you some information about my earlier years. I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself before I joined the military. I was born in Sterling, Illinois, which is located in northern Illinois. My father's side of the family is from Sterling, Illinois, and my mother's side of the family is from Carlinville, Illinois, which is southern Illinois. After my parents divorced, my mother moved us back to Carlinville, and that's where I went to school. I come from a patriotic family that has a history of military service. My father and multiple other family members have served in the armed forces. My family has served in every major conflict since World War II. Serving in the military was something I always wanted to do, and it was my plan after high school. Now that I have discussed some things about me in my earlier years, I'm going to share some information with you about my military career. I enlisted in the Illinois Air National Guard in February of 2005. The reason I joined the Air National Guard was to stay a little closer to home. I didn't want to have to worry about PCSing and worrying about where I would end up. I decided I wanted to be a cop, and I wanted to see a little action, so I decided to go into the Security Forces Squadron. I spent most of 2007 on a deployment to Iraq. I was stationed at Kirkuk Air Base, Iraq. I received the Air Force Combat Action Medal for a combat situation I was involved in while I was there. I was the first from my base to be awarded this Combat Action Medal. My base commander awarded me an incentive flight since I was the first person to receive that medal. So I got to fly in an F-16 Fighting Falcon. The pilot who took me up was actually cool enough to let me fly it. The pilot asked me if I wanted to get my 9G pen. Of course I said yes. So he made sure we pulled 9Gs and I got that pen. I was hired on full-time as an AGR Active Guard Reserve in October of 2008. Since I've been hired on full-time, I've been able to attend some really cool schools. I've attended SWAT school, breaching school, high-risk officer survival and rescue school, which was a live fire school as well. I have instructor certificates in knife defense and ground evasion, ground escape. Ground evasion, ground escape is a school that teaches cops to stay on their feet, and it teaches them how to get back to their feet if they're put on their back. I also have attended Army Combatives Level 1, which I'm certified in, and I've also got a certification for the Army's Combat Lifesaver School. I manage a major wing program as my additional duty. I'm the Chief of Information Protection for my base. As the Chief of Information Protection, you pretty much manage the information, personnel, and industrial security programs. Those duties include making sure that proper procedures are followed when protecting classified information. You also process all the background checks for the base personnel for their security clearances, and you ensure that classified government contract procedures are followed for industrial security. There is a downside to having my additional duty. It has kept me from deploying, and deploying is something that I love to do. I love deploying. It kills me to see teams deploying overseas and I can't go with them. Now that I've given you some information about my military career, I'm going to give you some information about my family and things I like to do. I'm married to a wonderful and supporting woman. She blessed me with 3 children. We've been together for 11 years, been married for 9. Nikki is definitely my better half. Skylar is my oldest daughter. She's 11 years old, and she just started 6th grade. She's a bit of a diva and a drama queen. She loves playing volleyball and basketball. Alyssa is my middle child. She's 7 years old. She just started 2nd grade. She's an instigator. She causes problems with her siblings all the time. She's into sports as well. She plays soccer, just like her old man, and she plays basketball. Sean is the youngest and the only boy. He has his mother wrapped around his finger. He is 5 years old and he just started kindergarten. He isn't playing sports as of yet, but he does take mixed martial arts classes. Between my kids, myself, my family, we're very busy. We definitely enjoy the weekends to just relax. There are many things I like to do as well. I'm a big sports guy. I watch almost every sport. This causes my wife to watch television in the bedroom a lot. She's not a big sports person at all. She loves watching her children play sports, but that's about the extent of it. Most of my co-workers will have football parties, UFC pay-per-view parties, and which I love to attend. I get to hang out with the guys I serve with and watch something I'm very interested in. I also play slow pitch softball twice a week. I play for 2 different leagues. I'm our left center fielder and our leadoff batter. When I play, I give 110%. I leave it all on the field. That's why my arm has been in a sling all week. This past Monday I separated my shoulder slightly. It's a level 1 separation. I'll be good to go in a week. I guess that's what happens when you launch yourself over the top of the catcher to avoid a tag because the ball beat you home. It was worth it though, I guess, because it was the winning run. Now that I've given you some information about me, I hope you have a better understanding of who I am. In conclusion, I've given you information about my pre-military years. I've also spoken with you about my military career. And finally, I gave you some information about my family and some other things I enjoy. Hopefully with all the information I provided you, you have a better understanding of who I am.